it. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was like, okay, this is what it's gonna be. This is what we gonna do. Let's make it do what it do. You know, I don't get ready. I stay ready. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you are coming on, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit the share button, and tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know. Prophet Ramon, the squad. We are right here live in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta, and this is the Tuesday that the Lord has made. We're already rejoicing. We're glad in it. I am super excited about what we're going to be talking about today, and I want you to get excited as well. So if you can, please do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page, I need you to hit the subscribe button. We are approaching quickly 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we want to get to 10,000 wow, because after we get to 10,000 wow, we're going to get to 100,000 wow, and we're going to continue to change and transform and educate and impact and inspire millions upon billions of people all around the world. So subscribe to my YouTube page, and while you're at it, make sure that you follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, all of the platforms. You can find me at Ramonepreston, at Ramonepreston. So again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ramonepreston Show. I am your host. If you don't know, now you know. Ramonepreston, and every Monday through Friday right here on the Ramonepreston Show, I show up to share information with you. I'm talking about the information that my team and we use every day to help people like you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, or your income streams. And we are able to help you start, structure, and scale those things by giving you coaching, consulting, and training for information that is related to business and financial freedom. So I appreciate all of you for joining the show today. I really thank all of you who are a part of our business community. Every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m., we host a weekly coaching call. That's one of the benefits of our Millionaire Mentorship Program. All of our clients and mentees, they have an opportunity to join our weekly coaching call. And last night I was having a deep dive discussion on something that I'm going to be sharing with you today. But the general objective of the conversation that I had yesterday with my coaching clients, and that I want to have now with you, the general objective is about you understanding that many people are telling us right now on the news, on social media, in blogs and vlogs, just all around the world, people are telling us that we're in a recession. And so my question to you is, are you recession proof? I mean, are you really recession proof? So today I want to talk to you about how to become recession proof. Most people don't even know if they're recession proof. Most people have no idea if they are recession proof. So the question that I want to ask you, this is the opening question of today's show. Are you recession proof? Are you recession proof? Well, Prophet Ramon, what do you mean by being recession proof? Are you in a personal, professional, or financial position to weather the storm if in fact we are in a recession? If there's a financial recession taking place, if there's an economic recession taking place, if we're in a little bit of a pickle right now here in these United States of America economically, are you financially capable? Are you professionally capable? Are you personally capable of weathering the storm? Well, guess what? If you're not recession proof, I want to show you how to become recession proof. Now, there are a few statistics I want to share with you right here at the onset of today's show. One of the most important statistics is that studies and stats all show that 70% or more of Americans, 70% or more of Americans, that's 7 or 8 out of 10 adults in the United States of America don't even have $1,000 set aside for savings. Think about that. So 7 out of 10 Americans don't have they don't have $1,000. So I'll ask you, are you in a position to have $1,000 set aside that you don't need? And I don't want you to use the $1,000 that you may have just got paid. I don't want you to say, okay, I got $1,000 that I'm gonna be paying my rent at the end of the month for July, and I'm using that as a validation for what I'm asking you. No. If you do not have at least $1,000 set aside that you don't have to use within the next month or 2 or 3 months, you don't need it. If you don't have at least $1,000, that means you make up 7 out of 10 Americans, 7 out of 10 people in the United States of America that get up every day, that work hard, that struggle, that sacrifice, that do whatever they need to do to take care of themselves and their families. 7 out of 10 people who are adults in America, and it may be 8 or 9 out of 10, but definitely 7 conservatively, don't even have $1,000 saved or set aside. Now, there are reasons why 7 or 8 out of 10 adult Americans don't have at least $1,000 set aside. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes because this ties into how to become recession proof. So I just gave you a statistic on the average person in America. 7 or 8 out of 10 of Americans who are adults in America, they don't have $1,000 set aside. Now, here's another statistic. Most small business owners, we're talking about most entrepreneurs. So that means if you are an entrepreneur, if you own a business, if you have a LLC, if you have an EIN number, if you have a bank account, if you have a Duns and Bradstreet number, maybe you have a credit card in your business name, maybe you have some type of S Corp or C Corp or partnership. The average business owner, we're talking about 9 out of 10 business owners. I'll put BO for business owners. That's the average. That's above average, but let's just say the average business owner, 9 out of 10 business owners don't even make enough money to break even in their business. So guess what that means? Most business owners are not even making any money. Now, why are these statistics so important? Well, because personally, most Americans don't even have $1,000 saved up. Professionally, most entrepreneurs, independent contractors, network marketers, freelancers, and small business owners don't even break even. So what this means is most people who live in the United States of America are not recession proof. Can we all agree on that? Most people in the United States of America, they are not recession proof. Why are they not recession proof? Well, it is because they do not have the proper infrastructure in their personal life, in their professional or business life, and definitely in their financial life. They don't have the proper infrastructure built to sustain themselves through any volatile climate or through any recession. So a lot of experts today, a lot of people who are working for big industries and big companies and governmental agencies, a lot of people are unanimously saying that we're not about to go into a recession. A lot of people are saying and suggesting that we are in a recession. So now if we are currently in a recession, think about it. If we are currently in a recession, what is the root word? What is the root word for recession? What is the root word for recession? I know this is kind of like a class/show, but I really want to heighten your awareness on what's going on today, okay? So if in fact, what people are saying is true? What if we are in a recession? Well, that means the root word for recession is recess. So that means from an economic perspective, from a business perspective, from a commerce perspective, from an exchange perspective, from a growth and profit and revenue perspective, there are many industries, many organizations, many communities, many companies, many people who are literally being forced to go into recess. Recess means they're stopping. Recess means something is coming to an end. Recess means something is being paused. Recess means something is slowing down. Recess means something is being halted. All of these words that are synonymous to recess or recession are all the words that you do not need to have in your vocabulary, and these are all the words that you don't need to be using in your life. So whether it's your personal life because you work on a job, whether it's your professional life because you got a side hustle, or you have a legitimate business, or even a ministry or a nonprofit, whether it's your financial life because you work a job, you got a business, you got an organization, but financially you are trying to hold everything together. What you cannot afford to do in a recession is to go into recess. What you cannot afford to do in a recession is to end your productivity, end your progress. What you cannot do in a recession is allow yourself to be paused by the industries and the markets and the organizations and companies and communities and groups of people who are choosing to do it, because many of them may be able to afford to do it because they have enough bandwidth. They have enough resources. They have enough financial depths to weather storms. And even most of them who have the capability and the bandwidth to do it, they're not ending their progress, their production. They're not pausing. You cannot afford to slow down. You cannot afford to be halted. So this is why I'm talking about how to become recession proof. So the first thing that needs to be done in order for you to become recession proof, I hope you're taking good notes, because I'm telling you, I want you to look at me not just as a millionaire mogul or an entrepreneur or some social media influencer or some shady guru that's just trying to sell you on a product or service or an idea. I want you to see me as a prophet. As a prophet, I am prophetically forecasting what your life can be if, in fact, you listen to what I'm telling you to do. Now, let me just give you a backdrop to why I'm so passionate about this. Because in 2008, that was what, 14 years ago, when there was a quote-unquote recession, when there was a end, a pause, a slowdown, a halt to what we knew as our U.S. economy. 14 years ago in 2008, I and my wife and our small business at the time, we all together were not prepared to weather a recession. In other words, we were not recession proof. And I can remember vividly 14 years ago when things started shifting, when things started slowing down, when things started collapsing. My wife and I, we were a two-person real estate team. And my wife, she's the licensed agent. My wife processes all the contracts and the paperwork because she's licensed to do so. I'm more on the sales and marketing side in terms of getting us some exposure, perhaps working with investors or landlords. I was the maintenance guy for the properties that we were managing. So we were just a two-person team, but we were not recession proof. And I remember vividly when things started to bottom out, when things started to slow down and collapse, we immediately felt it because we were in real estate full time. My wife and I, we were entrepreneurs, and all of what we did in entrepreneurship was based on real estate sales, purchases, lease purchases, wholesales, flips, buying holds, because we were working with investors and landlords. most of whom didn't really have a lot of resources. They just wanted to get into the game, and they needed a real estate agent, and they needed a contractor and a team of people who knew what they were doing. And my wife and I, we both had the wherewithal to do it, and we were making it happen. But guess what? When things started stopping, when things started slowing down, when things started going into recess, we realized we were in a real recession. And we saw it in our bank accounts. We saw it in our day-to-day activities. We saw it in the type of deals that we were doing and how they changed, and how some of the other deals that we were doing fell apart. We saw the bottom fall out. But again, my wife and I, we were not recession proof. We were not ready for a recession. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about it today, because now, some 14 years later, I am recession proof. My wife and family, we are recession proof. My company, my organization as a whole, my church, my nonprofits, my holding company, my operating companies, my consulting firm, my coaching business, my university training program, anything that's connected to me today, 14 years later, after a recession that I experienced firsthand, we are recession proof, we are recession ready. And the truth is, even if you're not where I am today, you have an advantage today way beyond what I had 14 years ago, because the internet was not what it is today. Social media was not what it was today. We didn't have access, or at least we were not clear that we had access at the time to coaches and consultants and trainers and people who had information at our disposal to literally help us. We didn't have the Ramonepreston show. And I'm saying this to you because I want you to feel my heart. I want you to feel my passion, and I want you to not just feel my heart and my passion, but I want you to connect with what my purpose is, and that is to help you become recession proof so that you can win in this recession. Because if in fact we are in a recession, I'm not denying it. I don't know for sure because I'm not the expert, but guess what? If everybody unanimously are saying that we're in a recession, or we are at the verge of entering a recession, guess what? I'll take it. Okay, let's go. But I'm ready. And so how do you become recession proof? Well, the first thing is you have to change. You have to change your mindset. And I know you're saying, oh, here we go with a lot of this old hypothetical, psychological stuff. You just want to kind of fluff us up. No, I don't, because I'm telling you, most of the recession that you're going to experience, if in fact we are in a real economic recession, most of the recession that you're going to feel and experience is going to be in your mind. Most of the stuff that you deal with right now in your life starts in your mind. That's why most of the things that we intend to do for our business and for our finances, we never get done, because we can never get it done in our mind. So the first way, or the first step to becoming recession proof, is you've got to change your mind. You got to change your mindset. That means you've got to reset your mind on things that change what you do, how you do it, where you do it, who you do it with, and even why you do it. So everything is centered around you changing. So what if you had to change how you think about money? What if you had to change what you think about people? What if you had to change what you think about business? What if you had to change what you think about life? Well, if this is going to be the first step to helping me become recession proof, so that I don't become a victim to the recession, so that I don't become a statistic to the recession, but so that I can be one of the few percent of people in this country that will become successful because of the recession. Because trust me on this, every recession gives a small percentage of people an opportunity to become wealthy, to become wealthier, to become financially free, to become millionaires, to get rich. I don't know what side of the spectrum you want to be on, but I can promise you, and I've been telling my wife this for the last few years. I've been telling my wife this because I've been listening to wealthy people. I've been following wealthy people. I've been observing and studying and researching the wealthy. And guess what I've learned just within the last 4 years or so? I've learned that this is inevitable. I was prepared for the pandemic in 2020. I'm prepared for whatever the recession is in 2022 because I prepared for it when I made the decision to change my mindset about what? Here's what you need to change your mindset about. You need to change your mindset about money. You need to change your mindset about money. This is one of the reasons why you have to have the right money targets. Some of you got this mindset of, oh, I just need to have enough to pay my bills. I just need to be comfortable. I just need to make sure that I ain't struggling. I ain't living the paycheck to paycheck. That's the wrong mindset. You don't need to have that mindset. Well, I don't want to be greedy. Who told you you were being greedy because you want more of this? Who told you you were being extra and that you were just taking it too far? You were doing the most. No, this is a mindset that either you told yourself or someone who doesn't want to change their mindset told you because they're convinced that you don't need it and they've made sense of not having it. I don't want you to make sense of not having enough money. See, I want more than enough money, not for me though. I want more than enough money because I want to be able to facilitate the success of other people. And I know it takes monetary resources. I know it takes money. I know it takes finances in order to facilitate some of the things that need to get done. I hope you hear me and I hope you understand me because there are so many people today. Trust me on this. There are so many people today. Trust me on this. There are so many people today who will not change their mindset about money because they're set on some things that are limiting them from experiencing success. Do you want to be recession proof? I'm asking you a question. Are you ready to become recession proof? Well, if you are, the first step is change your mindset about money. Change it about money. There should be no limitations to how much money you want. There should be no limitations to how much money you need. There should be no limitations to how much money you want at your disposal. Because I can guarantee you this. I missed it 14 years ago. I bet you I won't miss it now. Because when 2020 happened, the pandemic heightened, the quarantine was enacted. And my wife and I, we didn't skip a beat. As a matter of fact, my wife and I have done better in the last 2 years than we did in the last 16 years. So my wife and I, we've been married and working as a two-person team for 18 years. This year makes 18 years. Actually, 19. We'll be celebrating our 19th anniversary in September. Okay? The last 2 years have been better than the first 16. You know why? Because we changed our mindsets about money. And we really only changed our mindsets about money 5 years ago. It was really 5 years ago that my wife and I, we sat down and we made the decision that we're getting rid of all these liabilities. We're going to get rid of this mindset of scarcity, this mindset of not having enough, this mindset of just getting by, this mindset of, oh, we make six figures and we got luxury vehicles and we live in a nice house and we can travel and blah, 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 blah. But we were not free. And I don't want that to be your story. So you have to change your mindset about money. You also need to change your mindset about people. I want you to trust me on this. Like, you got to get to a point to where when you start listening to somebody like me and you find somebody that you can come into line with, you got to get to a point to where you just listen to them and do whatever they're instructing you to do. You need to take them at their word. That's been one of my greatest advantages. One of my greatest advantages is when I get into alignment with people that I believe in and that are speaking my language, I go all in with them. I trust what they say. I do what they tell me to do, and I always win. Have I had times where I trusted people or listened to people and they didn't give me the best advice? Of course, but most of the time, I'm always knocking it out the park because I'm able to take what they give me and use it. So you need to change your mindset about money, but you also need to change your mindset about people. People have everything you need. People have everything you need. See, I'm telling you this from firsthand experience because there was a time in my life, even when the last recession took place 14 years ago, I didn't have the right mindset about money. No, I didn't. I didn't have the right mindset about people. I was really like distanced from certain people that I should have been gravitating to. I wasn't putting myself around the right people. I was stuck around people who were dragging, who were lazy, who didn't want to win. I was around people who just had enough and they were satisfied. I really wasn't exposing myself to the right people. I really wasn't. I had a few people that were around me, but a lot of the people that I was surrounding myself with 14 years ago, they did not have the mindset to not just be recession proof, but to actually get results and win and succeed on a major level. So you need to change your mindset about money, about people, and about business. Now, there are a lot of things I can say on this part, but let me just give you an example of what I mean. Changing your mindset about business means that if you are not succeeding in your business right now and you have a business, it's because of something you don't know. You have to change your mind about that. One of the things that really irks me, and I hate to say it this way because I'm a business consultant, I'm a business coach, I'm a business and financial mentor to so many people. I'm an educator, I'm a trainer, and this is what I love to do for so many people that I'm able to do it with. But I gotta tell you the truth. It irks me when I talk to people, especially when they own businesses and they're trying things and they're working on building their business and they're just losing, they're not making money, they're struggling, they're frustrated, they're disappointed, they're hitting a brick wall, they keep going around in circles, and then I tell them the reason why they're doing it is because of what they don't know, and then I give them an opportunity to get the right information and to put the effort that they need to put with that information to see results. And then they have every excuse in the world why they don't want to take me up on that offer. It's crazy. It's crazy. And they're most of the time thinking about, oh, it just costs too much, or I don't have the money. Well, it's costing you way more money not doing what you need to do because you don't have the right mindset about money, about business, and people. Now, let's switch this up because here's my second and final point that I want to give you. How to become recession proof. Number one is what? Change your mindset about money. You got to think about money differently. You got to see money differently. You got to have a big purpose and a big why. It's not just about money, but you're understanding that money is one of the vehicles that you're going to use to fulfill that purpose and that big why. You got to change your mindset about people. You can't see people as your enemies and your haters and your critics, and people are always doing you wrong and people don't want to help you and support you. It's because you're around the wrong people, and most of the time when you're around the right people, you don't have the right mindset. And then you have to change your mindset about business. That means you just can't see business as a hobby or as a side hustle or as something you might do if it works. It's not going to work in a recession. None of what I'm telling you is going to work in a recession. You have to change this. Now, here's the second thing you have to do. You have to change, watch this. Watch how I do this. You have to change, okay, that didn't work. I was trying to just move the one word, but it didn't work for me. Here's the second thing you have to do. Number two, you have to change the same words. Change your, instead of mindset, you need to change your skill set about what? What do you think you need to change your skill set on? The same thing, money. You need to change your skill set on money. You need to change your skill set on people. You need to change your skill set on business. Now, here's where it gets juicy, because Ramon, how am I going to change my mindset and my skill set about money? Well, first of all, you got to be open and accept the fact that if you don't have enough money, it's because you don't know enough about money. And if you don't know enough about money, you're not doing enough to get more money, because you don't know enough. You can only do as far as you know. Does that make sense? You can only do as far as you know. Here's another way for me to say it. You will only operate at the level of your knowledge. So it's not like you're going to just ghost life and ghost people and just get to this point to where you're like in your own little matrix and you don't have no knowledge, you don't have no information, you don't have the right knowledge and information, and just you're going to luckily crush it and knock it out the park. It's just not going to happen. Life is not a lottery. Business is not a lottery. Money is not a lottery. Having relationships with people is not a lottery. Building a successful organization is not a lottery. It's no luck involved. The luck really comes from you just always showing up and doing what you're supposed to do, because you got the right mindset and skill set. So you got to change your skill set. How do you change your skill set on money? That means you have to start learning about money, but you have to learn new information. You should be learning how to become a millionaire. Why do I have a signature program called the Millionaire Blueprint? Why do I have this program for business and financial training that is a virtual do-it-yourself program to teach you about entrepreneurship, holding companies, goal setting, being a millionaire, financial literacy, creative tax strategies, real estate investing? Why do I call it a Millionaire Blueprint? Because I know your skill set should at least be at the level of becoming a millionaire. Period. That your skill set, you need, because even if you have the skill set to become a millionaire, if you fail, think about it. If you develop the skill set around money to just become a millionaire, even if you fail 90% of the time, you will still end up with $100,000. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if you have the skill set to make 100,000 and you mess around and lose any percentage of that before taxes, you're going to fail. You're not going to live. That's why some of you that are watching me today, it doesn't matter how much you make on your job. It doesn't matter how many extra hours you work. It doesn't matter how much overtime you put in. It doesn't matter how many side hustles you try to find to add to what you're doing on your job. You still cannot make enough. You know why? It's because you do not have the skill set on a higher enough level to be able to land where you can be financially comfortable. So you have to change your skill set. You have to learn about money. You have to learn how money is made. You got to learn how to make money. You got to learn how to manage your money. You got to learn how to multiply your money. So multiplying your money is about investing. Managing your money is about learning financial systems and tax strategies, learning how to minimize your taxes and maximize your tax deductions. Making money is about sales. It's about learning how to become a better salesperson, learning how to make exchanges in the marketplace. You got to learn this stuff. If you want to be recession proof, you need to be listening to me and doing exactly what I'm telling you to do. That's how I became recession proof. The second thing is you got to change your skill set about people. You got to learn to communicate with people. You got to learn to share your message and your story. This is really about marketing. People are about marketing. It's about making sure you can communicate and connect with people on a person-to-person level. Even if you're a business owner, even if you're an entrepreneur, it's not B2B. There is a B2B business, business to business, but it's really person to person. Even when two businesses do business, it's still people. You gotta know people. You gotta get better with people. You gotta get comfortable with people. You've gotta be able to get past all the apprehensions and all the feelings you feel that make you reluctant to connect with people and build a relationship with people. You just can't do it. I just had an appointment earlier with a potential client, someone who I never talked with, someone I didn't know personally, someone that I never had an opportunity to converse with. But once we got on the appointment call and I started communicating with them, they were asking several questions about things that they were struggling with doing in their business. They were building a business and they needed these questions answered. And we took about 25, 30 minutes and I answered all their questions. And then we transitioned into me presenting them the programs that we offer and the services that we provide. And I over-delivered, I overcompensated, I over-communicated, and I assured this person that this is what you get with me. If you're getting all this for free, can you imagine what you get with me when you're a part of my community, you're a client, you're part of our family? That's one of my core values. My first core value in my conference room around the corner from this studio is treat everyone like family. That's a core value for me. And because I over-delivered, that gentleman could have gotten off that phone and said, hey, you've answered all my questions. I know exactly what to do. You just walked me through it over the phone. I don't need you. I don't need to buy anything. But at the end, that gentleman said, you know what? I have nothing but respect and appreciation for you just for how you've taken the time. You've made me feel comfortable. He just went to express his sentiments and he became a client because you know why? I have the skill set for people. I know how important people are. It's a skill set. It ain't just something you're going to wake up with. It ain't just something you're going to build a muscle for. You need the skill set. And guess what? You need to change your skill set about business. I always tell my clients, I just had this conversation yesterday on my weekly coaching call with my coaching clients. I was telling them last night this. I was telling them that, listen, the skill set you have for the thing you do, the thing you sell. So if you're the contractor, if you're the construction worker, if you're the plumber, if you're the landscaper, if you're the digital marketer, whatever the thing is that you're good at doing, that skill set is different than having a skill set for business. Building a business is a skill set. You have to learn about systems, about processes, about policies, about procedures, if in fact you want to build a successful business. So if you want to become recession proof, those are the two things that you have to do. You have to change your mindset about money, people, and business, and you have to change your skill set about money, people, and business. Now, the critical question is this: how are you going to change those two things? Or you think you're going to just Google your way to success? You think you're going to just Wikipedia and YouTube your way to success? It doesn't work like that. Power is in proximity. It's no different than you saying, you know what? I ain't going to Starbucks. I'm not paying $3 for an espresso doppio. I ain't paying for it. So what I'm going to do is go to Wally World or Amazon and I'm going to buy me an espresso machine. And I'm going to take my espresso machine and I'm going to create my own espressos, only to go home and not have power. So even though you have the right machine, even though you've done your due diligence and you've done a little studying and you read the manual and you think you can do it like Starbucks does it, guess what? Maybe you could if you had power. But because you don't have power, you can't do it. So I want to give you proximity to power. I want to give you proximity to people. I want to give you proximity to money. That's one of the advantages and benefits that I give to all of the people that are in my community. I allow my clients to come to my headquarters. We host headquarter days for them to see how a successful business runs. I host weekly coaching calls. I have one-on-one coaching sessions to work with my clients to show them how to build the right business system, how to structure their holding companies, how to integrate systems and processes, how to take their ideas and turn them into products and services, and how to take what they feel they're called and assigned on this earth to do and take it to the marketplace to make a change in the world. I want to give you access to that. We have several options. We have several options to give you access to all of the business and the financial training, coaching, consulting, and education that you need. And it's going to change and transform your life. It's definitely going to change your mindset and change your skill set. So I want to give you access to it today. All you have to do is text the word millionaire because that's what I want you to be. I want your mindset and your skill set. This is why I'm always asking people to text millionaire, because I want your mindset and your skill set to at least be at the level of becoming a millionaire. So you can text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. 404-478-7213. We have do-it-yourself online training programs. We have coaching and mentorship programs that can complement your online training. We have certification programs that we can certify you as a coach, a consultant, and trainer or educator, if that's what you are. We have incubator programs. We have an incubator. It's an all-in-one program where we train you online, we train you in person, we coach you, we mentor you, we certify you, and we work with you. This is a done with you program. So I want to give you more information. I know I don't have enough time to give you all the information of our programs on this show, but I would love to have an opportunity to speak with you to see what exactly are you doing and how we can help serve you in your business or in your finances. And then we can share what the benefits are of our program, and we can create a business relationship. So before I go, I want to make sure that I cover all of my bases. If you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions that you have. I see a comment on YouTube. I work for PepsiCo as a compliance director. Everything you're saying is true. It's all about people. Customer service is how you retain and gain business. So you didn't hear it from me, you heard it from someone on YouTube. This is one of our viewers today. Thank you so much, M's Room. Whoever you are, I really appreciate your comment. They said, I work for PepsiCo. That's the Pepsi company, right? They work there as a compliance director. So they know what they're talking about. They're in a corporate position. They said, everything you're saying is true about changing your mindset and your skill set. Is all about people. Customer service is how you retain and gain business. So I would love to have an opportunity to work with you as a coach, to work with you as a consultant, or to work with you as a trainer. It just depends on how quick you want to get to your finish line. We have an online training program for business and finances. We teach you about sales and marketing. We teach you about communication, goal setting, scheduling. We teach you about starting and structuring a holding company and a legitimate business organization. We can coach you on that if at any point you need to move up and you need one-on-one coaching. We can certify you as a coach and a consultant. So if you're in the educational space, if you're an influencer or a speaker and you want to be trained on how to use your talent and your skill set as a business, we can show you how to put that together. And we also have a consulting program called the Business Incubator, and it encompasses all of our programs all in one, where we not only train you, coach you, but we consult you and help do it with you. That means we're going to be sitting down with you. We're going to help you build out your sales system, build out your marketing system, build out your operational system, build out your financial system, help you build out your processes. We're going to educate you and train you on how to run a successful business, because I know if I can't do anything else, I can show you how to run $1 million business. That I can do. All right. So I want you to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. And please, please, before you leave today's show, before you leave this video, before you log off or log out or shut me off, please subscribe to my YouTube page, if you would be so kind. I just got one of the greatest compliments early this morning from someone that I spoke with. They said, the value that you give, Mr. Preston, on YouTube is extraordinary. They told me they just couldn't even believe that I have that much content on YouTube. And they were asking me, do you have other content on your university program, because you got so much on YouTube? Is it the same videos? I was like, no. I was telling them, the videos that you see on YouTube are videos that I'm using for my show, when we're producing our show and when we're streaming. So we don't repurpose YouTube videos for our university platform. Now, there may be a small percentage of videos that may have been repurposed, but most of them, 98, 99% of the videos that we train you on with our programs, they're exclusive videos that you don't get in the general public, because the quality is different, because we're not streaming them through certain platforms and services. So I look forward to speaking with you. I want you to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213, and please subscribe to my YouTube page. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, all platforms at Ramonepreston. I love all of you. I appreciate all of you. I wish you the most success, especially in this recession. And my team and I, we're here to help you, to serve you, to assist you in any way we possibly can. We don't want you to be victims or statistics to this recession. We want you to be victors. We want you to be success stories out of this recession. So just reach out to us. Let us know how we can serve you so we can provide more information and assistance to you. Love you. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on the Ramonepreston Show.